Hello and welcome back to the NBL1 show. I'm Megan Hustwaite. This, of course, is Pete Hooley.
Good to be here, Megan. A lot going on, a lot of great games, individual performances, team performances, and a lot to get through.
It is a big week. Of course, it's NAIDOC week, and we are celebrating our First Nations community as part of NAIDOC week across NBL1. This weekend, look at that, Hill Country is the theme for NAIDOC week this year, which calls for stronger measures to recognise, protect and maintain all aspects of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture and heritage. And we will have players wearing amazing Indigenous jerseys across the league this weekend. There's some beautiful designs.
Well, if there's another reason to get on the NBL1 social media, they're starting to release some designs that we've already seen. There's some jerseys coming out this weekend. Saw Nuttawading's one. Can't wait to wear that one. They're always just great to be able to be part of. The stories are even better, but looking forward to being able to put that on. Absolutely,
and there'll be some brilliant welcome to countries at our venues across Australia as well. So very much looking forward to this special round, and as Pete said, we'll have all of the action and imagery across our social media this round. Got plenty coming up today. Two big guests, so looking forward to catching up with Lachlan Barker, who's been banging the door down, the NBL door, it's fair to say, at Frankston, and Brooke Basham over in NBL1 Central.
Yeah, can't wait to chat to both of them, and I think they're both pushing for respective contracts, but Lachie Barker's definitely starting to get his name around, and I think everybody else wants to see him get an opportunity to show what he can do.
Let's start with NBL1 Central and the women's action. The Braves have overtaken Launceston in second spot in the women's competition.
Well, they had a big win over Albury at home on Friday night, and as you said, they ended up rising. Kelly Wilson coming back for her first game since having a baby, and Kelly Wilson, I tell you what, just fun to watch the way she goes about her business.
I love Kelly Wilson. She is the games record holder in the WNBL. She's back this upcoming season with Canberra, so goodness knows she's on the way to 500 games, but she is a freak of an athlete, and it's just great for our sport to have her back playing and immediately in NBL1 with the Braves.
Oh, it's huge, especially NBL1 South. That's what we want to see. And now they're second behind Frankston, which we've spoken about, but really excited to see what they can do. And I love, as I said, watching the way that she goes about her business, because if you're on the floor, if you're open, she'll find you no matter where the pass is.
Launceston just escaped at the weekend with a 3-point win over Geelong, while Frankston suffered just their first loss of the year against Ringwood, plus a win in overtime over Waverley. So there's a chance for the Braves to attack there. It's going to be a very interesting run home for a bit of a logjam of positions at the top end of the ladder.
Well, it is, and that's why it's important to make sure Kelly Wilson is back out there, because she is going to be the heart and soul of that team. Just does absolutely everything. Had the 9 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. So literally does a bit of everything. And if she gets out there, gets her legs back under it, who knows what they can achieve.
Continuing the Bendigo theme, the men had a thrilling win too at the weekend.
They did, 87-83 over the Bandits, who now get to welcome in Perth's Wani Swakala-Bullock, which is going to be huge for them. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Another one who's trying to show what he's capable of for a big contract in the NBL. Big signing, and looking forward to seeing how he attacks this season.
Well, time to catch up with our first guest this week. He has been in top form since round 1 for the Frankston Blues. His name is Lachlan Barker. Welcome to the NBL1 show.
Cheers. Thanks for having me along.
Now, you've been in some top form, but you're also creating a bit of a buzz on Instagram. Everyone's getting around you right now. It's a bit of a Lachlan Barker movement.
A little bit, yeah. It's good to have a bit of support, which is nice.
Well, you've been playing really well. What's been the biggest focus when you entered this season? We'll talk about the team in a little bit, but your own personal focus. We're watching some highlights of you. 10 of 11 from 3 on Saturday night. You seem to just really fit in well with this team, but playing some good basketball.
Yeah, 100%. My main focus was to come in and, we had a really good season 2019. We missed out last year, obviously, because of COVID. And I just wanted to sort of continue on that. It was my first year with Frankston in 2019, and I sort of wanted to come in and, do a little bit more, have a bit of a bigger role. And Coach Harms is really good with that. And, yeah, my first thing was just we want to win sort of thing. And we come a little bit short, losing to Bendigo in 2019. So hopefully we can go a bit further and make the grand final this year.
What has been the key to finding some balance within this team? There's a lot of stars, including yourself, but you are on top after 11 rounds. How has that all sort of come together?
Yeah, we do have a lot of good players, and we've still got a few yet to come back into our lineup. I think just our system, really. Everyone gets a piece of the pie, as Harmsy likes to say it. And yeah, just we all got to buy in. Like any given night, it might be someone else's turn to step up and have a good night, and it's just so happens that it's been me for the first, I guess, half of the season.
Now, there's been a lot of NBL buzz around you, and fair enough, we think there's going to be a team that's going to have to jump at giving you an opportunity. How do you cope with that every single weekend? Because you seem to not let it bother you. You just come out and show every night that you deserve that chance. But what is it like? It looks like your teammates are helping support you to try and get on an NBL roster. What's it like in that mental space of yours?
To be honest, I'm a pretty relaxed and chilled type of person, so I don't really let that stuff bother me too much. I just sort of focus at the task at hand and just next game, and whatever happens at the end of it will be what will be.
Well, one thing that's definitely going to help in terms of learning about that and being a professional is getting Dave Anderson back to his hometown team. He's played a few games. We know he went to Melbourne United, but he's one that you can really go to and really just try and pick his brain about all the things it takes to be a professional, to be a winner. What's it like having him as part of the team? Yeah,
it's great. It's a really great story too, where he started his junior club and for being gone for so long, and then, sort of the end of his career, which he's still got plenty left to go, to come back. And yeah, it's great to learn, just pick his brains and see how he looks after his body is amazing. He's always, stretching, getting in the water, doing all the extra, the little 1%ers. And yeah, it's great to have him on board and to learn a lot off him.
How important is a competition like NBL1 to be a launching pad for someone like you into the NBL, hopefully next year?
Oh, it's amazing. I feel like it keeps getting better and better each year, even though this is, I guess, the second season of it. To have, each region and that sort of thing, and all the publicity it has now compared to, I guess, the Siebel days, is great. Yeah, all the social media and that sort of stuff, it really helps, I think.
Well, we touched a little bit about it. The team's playing really well, starting to gel now. We know when you put this roster together, you touched on it, extremely talented with a lot of different guys who can contribute. Was there any special thing that was spoke about pre-season in terms of what everyone has to buy into to be successful? I know you guys have pre-season camps that throw in some little interesting activities from what I hear, but is that something that really helps the team really just buy in?
Yeah, 100%. And one of the great things that Frankston do as an organisation, and also our coaching staff, is to get good guys, good guys that will, buy in, and not to throw any guy out there, but we have no assholes or anything like that. Everyone's willing to accept a role, and even if it's a little bit less or what they would like. So I think that was, and our pre-season camp, there's a few interesting things which will I'll leave that one.
The Frankston Women are also flying. So what's the buzz like down there at the Blues as a club?
Yeah, it's really good. It's like I said, the organisation has really stepped its game up. It's got some great people in there now, and I guess it's sort of become a destination club, as you'd like to say. A lot of people want to come and play. The women and men's program actually get along really well. We do a lot of stuff together, which I think really helps as a club, being together and that sort of thing. So, the women's team's going really well this year, and I feel like they'll keep that up all the way through.
Well, we know how good your form is, and there's a lot of NBL players running around on teams in the league. Do you have a look at the upcoming schedule and think this is a chance for me to really show that I do belong to have that chance in the NBL?
Yeah, no, I do. To be honest, I just sort of turn up, and it probably sounds bad, but I just turn up and I don't really mind who we're playing next or that sort of thing. I just think we're there, playing our system and do what we've got to do, and I think the outcome will speak for itself.
Well, it does look like you play best when you're relaxed and having fun. So tell us all, what do you do when you're not on the basketball court? What do you do to keep your mind fresh, your body fresh and ready to roll?
What I like to do, I love the beach. I like going for a walk along the beach. I do spend a lot of time in the gym. That's one thing I do quite enjoy. I'm always a bit of a gym junkie, like right into my CrossFit. So that sort of keeps me busy.
And you're a coffee junkie too, my sources tell me.
I am.
Love that.
Yeah, I am a big coffee junkie.
How many a day are we talking, Lachlan?
Oh, on average, I'd say probably 3 to 4.
Jeepers. No, I rate
Yeah.
that. I like to call myself a bit of a coffee connoisseur, and I just bought some new beans and I hate them. So I'll make sure I get down. There's probably a couple of cafes down at Frankston we've got to try.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give them a little plug. One Pear Tree in Frankston.
There you go.
That's sort of my go-to spot. And then I sort of live in Mornington, so the one in Cow goes pretty well.
That's what you want to hear, and that's going to help you hopefully get a couple of freebies. But we appreciate everything that we do. Big fan of yours on the court, and now that you're a coffee connoisseur, even be off the court. But looking forward to seeing what's next in your life, and good luck the rest of the season.
Cheers, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on your show.
Time to chat NBL1 Central. The race for second spot is on, Pete.
Well, it is, and we know Sturt are flying at the top of the ladder. They got an 11-1 record, but the Challengers faced off just beneath them, and third place Southern Tigers hosted South Adelaide, and they lost 86-92. These are exciting games, and these teams have got to start putting together this good form to really chase down this young Sturt team that are playing some really good basketball.
Cameron Coleman put in a memorable performance with 30 points, 5 boards and 5 assists, but it wasn't enough to get the Tigers the win.
No, as we said, we are starting to see a couple of NBL players pop back in, and I'm sure when we get to Team of the Week, we'll see some highlights from everybody's second favourite player, Jack McVeigh. There was one-legged threes in there. There was a bit of everything. He's just an excitement machine. We know he's got that Tassie contract signed, but some big highlights coming out of NBL1 Central.
He's having a good week.
Well, he would be. And when you can get the freedom to shoot those one-legged threes, maybe Scott Roth will be saying, when you come down to Tassie, that's what's going to get everybody excited. So I know that I can't even shoot two-legged threes, let alone one-legged, so good on him.
In women's action, Southern Tigers, Challengers Sturt and Forestville both got wins, but the Panthers couldn't match the strength of the Tigers.
Well, they couldn't. And we talk about some big standout performances. Sami Simmons, we're about to speak to her teammate. First triple-double of the season, and they're a fun team, the Forestville Eagles, to get behind and see what they can do with this young squad.
Well, the Eagles are soaring after the weekend, so let's catch up with one of their key playmakers. Welcome to the NBL1 show, Brooke Basham.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Good win at the weekend. I'm sure you were happy and a bit relieved as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty happy we got the win. We had a few tough losses kind of in a row. North Adelaide were rolling, so we're really happy we got that win.
Did you notice anything different, as you said, those tough losses to be able to come in and get a win against a strong North Adelaide team? Was there anything that really stood out that the team did particularly well in this one?
Yeah, I think we've been kind of focusing on defense and rebounding. I don't think we've been super great at that. So, yeah, we just really wanted to lock down on defense and rebound so we can get out and push the ball.
You've got an informed teammate in Sami Simmons who joined us on the show earlier in the year. How are you enjoying partnering up with her on the court?
Yeah, she's great. She's super easy to play with. And obviously, more importantly, she's a great human. So, yeah, it's pretty easy. Just pass her the ball, and most of the time it goes in. So, it's good.
Well, what's the buzz been like in SA? We've spoken to a few of the part of the NBL1 Central, and we know that there was a couple of off-season leagues, but now that it's part of the NBL1 umbrella, we just watched your highlights. The fans are coming out to enjoy it. What's the buzz been like, and how's it feel to be part of this?
Yeah, the buzz is great. Obviously, the league's come a long way as well. And yeah, like you said, there's so much more hype around it, which I think is great for especially local talent, getting more exposure and getting more opportunities that they maybe wouldn't before. So, yeah, I think it's great.
There was some good hype a few weeks ago. You came up on court against your partner, Alex Wilson. Was there a lot on the line with those bragging rights?
Yes. Yeah, I had to walk home that night, but that's all right. No, it was good. Obviously, we've never played against each other. We've always been on the same team. So, it was really, really strange playing against each other for the first time, but it was good. A lot of trash talk, but yeah, no, it was fun.
You're both having really good seasons. Is that something that you sort of motivate each other, and do you work out together as well? How does that dynamic kind of work?
Yeah, we definitely motivate each other. We work out pretty much every morning together, which is good. And when we play one-on-one, it's pretty aggressive. Doesn't really look like basketball in the end, but it's good. She's obviously an amazing player, great athlete. So every time I play against her, I get better. So it's good.
Well, you were part of the WNBL season last year in the Hub. How was that experience as a whole? We know the Lightning had a little bit of a hiccup at the start with the COVID restrictions had to be put in place. But how did you enjoy the Hub, the things you perhaps didn't like, and that overall experience?
Yeah, the Hub was great. Obviously, it was challenging at times. Like, it was my first season, obviously, so to be away for almost 6 weeks away from home in an environment you're not really super used to was tough. But overall, I was just so grateful to be there, to be given the opportunity to be a part of such a good team, such a good club. I loved every minute of it. It was such a good learning environment, and just super grateful I got the opportunity.
Well, you mentioned Ali being a great athlete. You got to play under the leadership of Steph Talbot, who was league MVP last season and will be playing for the Opals at the Olympics. Did you learn a lot off Talbot? Yeah,
Talbot was great. Like, she's such a good person first, and obviously we all know she's an amazing athlete. But I think I learnt so much from Talbot, Alex obviously, but Steph, I remember one game, it was against, bit of story time, against Bendigo. She got in foul trouble. She was on the bench, sitting on the pine, and she's taken over the DP's jobs of writing down stats and our team goals during the game. So seeing like the MVP of the league, the leader of our group, kind of still make herself involved in the game by doing something like that was just amazing. So things like that really, I learnt so much from that. So Towers is great. She's amazing.
Well, it's awesome to have those people in your corner as you strive to get to your next place in your career. What was your goal going into this season on a personal level? We spoke about the team and it's a good win and Sami Simmons being there, but what do you want to get out of this NBL1 Central season?
Obviously my main goal is to just firstly improve as an all-round player. I think, I've been working on a lot, but I think getting a contract back in the WNBL of some sort was always on the list to kind of achieve. So hopefully if I keep improving, I can kind of reach that.
Well, you're certainly well on the way to doing that again. So thank you for joining us on this show. Good luck for the rest of your NBL1 campaign, and we hope to see you go around again in the WNBL.
Thanks so much, guys.
Time to chat. NBL1 North and the Southern Districts have overtaken Logan at the top of the ladder in the women's division.
Well, there's only 4 NBL1 North games played. We know what's going on with the COVID situation there, but some exciting displays, and we got to see a bit of everything. And as you said, with that big win, and Kalani Purcell, she had 12, 17 rebounds and 7 assists. So just 3 assists off a triple-double, but doing a bit of everything.
In the Tall Ferns Olympic squad, she's also signed with Sydney for the upcoming WNBL season, so it's a big year for Kalani. Can they keep top spot? North is set to return this week and Logan are facing USC, while the Spartans go up against Mackay, which is set to be a huge contest. Mackay obviously have lost Kayla George.
Big loss, and we spoke about that. How do they really step up? Everybody's going to have to do it because you can't just have one player come in and put up Kayla George numbers because they're absurd numbers. And on the men's side, Lamar Patterson, 15.6 rebounds, 10 assists in their win. And I love that he's coming in just doing everything. He doesn't have to come in and show that he's going to score 40. We know what he's capable of on the NBL stage. Just coming in, doing a bit of everything, trying to help teams get wins and really helping these young guys develop, which would be fun to be part of.
We're on triple double watch, aren't we?
Every night with Lamar Patterson, and that's what's going to happen because a lot of the time in the NBL, we're on triple double watch for him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as we know, COVID's been playing havoc with our competition throughout the season. Unfortunately, it's been West that's copped the brunt of it again at the weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately no games in NBL1 West last weekend, but round 13 is scheduled to go ahead as it was originally. So looking forward to seeing everyone get back out there and playing some games after that short and brief lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, time to hit Team of the Week, and we're going to start with the women. And getting us underway is Sami Simmons from Forestville, 15 points, 11 rebounds and 11 assists against North Adelaide. Big
triple-double, and that's what we spoke about. That's going to be really good for her stock, and looks like she's just enjoying herself playing. Another one we just spoke about, Kalani Purcell with the 12, 17 and 7 versus Sunshine Coast. That's going to find yourself on Team of the Week.
Marina Whittle had a huge weekend for Ringwood, 16 points, 12 boards against Melbourne. Oh, sorry, not even a weekend because they had a midweek game. 21 points, 12 rebounds against Frankston, and then 14 points, 11 rebounds against Kilsyth. So she averaged 17 points and 11 rebounds across those 3 games, which is huge.
That is huge. I mean, I can barely play back-to-backs, let alone 3 games in a week. So that's impressive, double-double every night. And then from Woodville, Emily Winter had the 31, 15 rebounds and 8 steals versus Central District. Big game from her, and rounded out our guest from last week.
Sarah Blitzlove, she's on fire. She's back in business, 34 points and 8 rebounds in a big win over Hobart. Well, let's crack into the men's Team of the Week. There's some big names and some big performances in this one, starting with Jack McVeigh, who we were talking about before from North Adelaide, 42 points and 10 rebounds against Forestville.
And some of these points are absurd. We talk about the one-legged three. It's a one-legged fadeaway to the left, and honestly, for about 99% of the league, you see it right here. It's a terrible shot, and you'll never play again. Your coach will rip you out, except if you're Jack McVeigh, because he's knocking him down, having fun when he plays. Isaac White, debuting for Ipswich, hit this go-ahead game winner, had 35, 8 and 4. Another one who's trying to get a probably multi-year deal in the NBL next year and showing what he can do.
And then our guest this week, Lachlan Barker from Frankston. He's making a big noise. He did so against Ringwood at the weekend, 32 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 of 10 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what's next for Lachie Barker. And then, well, dang, now this is a guy you want to be watching. If you want highlights, there's going to be plenty of those from Central District. Had the 32 and 9. And rounding out Team of the Week, well, the big fella, Felix von Hoff, went out there and did what Felix is accustomed to do. 37 and 14, just knocking down plenty of threes, having a lot of fun, looking like he's only doing upper body in the weight room. But if it's working, then it looks good and he's putting up some numbers.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. I guess, you know, as they say, we save the best for last.
Absolutely. Just good to see him in there. And as I said, putting on some size, so he's got to be careful. He's still got to be able to get up and down the court, and hopefully he can do that for the rest of the season, because we like when Felix enters those little mind frames when he can't be stopped from the 3-point line.
Oh, we do. We like it very much. Well, thank you for joining us on the NBL1 show. We're looking forward to a very special round this weekend. We'll be back next Tuesday with all the action.
Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure.